Hi, it's Zobor975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Legacy version on Xbox. And today we're going to be getting into a contentious subject. A subject that will always generate salt. And that is me as someone who is against people cheating in online video games, encountering someone that's pro-cheating in online video games. So,
shit, here we go again.
In any of these videos, I'm guaranteed to show this screenshot, which is what Sandy Samarco said about combat logging way back when, 9 years ago. And yeah, the rules of the game haven't changed since. Combat logging is a no-no. Strangely, it's a no-no in almost every MMO in existence. Funny that. In the background, I've got some fun fights that we had when we were blockading QBO, and Gavin Town came down. He amazingly lost this fight to an FDL. But that ship destroyed me in my vet in a 1v1. Yeah, so I got this message. I posted it in my community feed. I would recommend you pause it and read it in full. It's insane. It's crazy. Apparently I am a self-centered, entitled player because I choose to do PvP piracy, and I ask people to play by the rules of the game. My god, the levels of entitlement I have. He also wants me to leave and go to PC, which will please Devo. Otherwise I'll be playing console alone, which doesn't really bother me that much, but then, you know, face palm for this guy, I think. Yeah. Combat log enthusiasts, or people who encourage people to combat log, are not my favourite people. You know, I think that you really should avoid getting a negative reputation of being a combat logger. It's probably one of the worst stigmas you can face in gaming. People do not like cheats in online multiplayer games. It is just one of those things. You know, cheating is heavily frowned upon in most games, but in an online multiplayer game it is especially rude and entitled to someone to cheat, because it's completely, you know, anti-sportsmanship. You know, when we're playing an online multiplayer, massively online multiplayer game, you kind of have to respect the other players in the game. However, this person doesn't believe I respect the players of the game because I do something that's perfectly allowable in the game rooms, which is PvP piracy. So he seems to think that PvP piracy is a justification for people combat logging. He also claims that I bully and harass people and harangue people regularly and all this sort of stuff. But I honestly don't. I'm too lazy to go hunt down and harass people day after day and bully people. We literally do PvP piracy, and my method of piracy has been described as the boy from Oliver saying, "Please sir, can I have some more?" Because I'm known for being that polite with my piracy. So again, right, so what do I say combat logging is? Well, ungracefully exiting the game is one thing, and that is cheating. As I said, I don't say what cheating is and isn't. I leave that to FDev. I don't make the rules of the game. I just make videos showing people that don't follow the rules of the game. And here's what they say about menu logging.
Oh my god. I could just carry on playing this for a while. No, all right, anyway.
We actually shut the stream down, but we're going to keep playing here, so...
Look, I'm not allowed to because it's technically combat logging. So what I'll do is I'll leave this running and then see if my multi-crew companions can handle themselves.
So there we go. That's what FDevs say about combat logging. It's very, very simple. You shouldn't be doing it. Menu logging is incredibly rude. Combat logging is an exploit that, because of the peer-to-peer nature of the game, it takes advantage of the fact that your ship will go indestructible and not die. And, you know, menu logging is just something that's incredibly rude to do in the middle of a combat situation. You know, it's best to log out in an instance when you're on your own, or log out when you're on a landing pad. That's it. Why go to the... You know, why do stuff that's likely to get you a bad reputation amongst other players? Now, this gentleman in question is really against the fact that I post videos exposing cheats on YouTube. And, yeah, he makes a very odd threat, which of course I'm going to totally ignore. He says that if you take any further action against any combat loggers, you will be reported for harassment. I don't know what he means about any actions, if he means me making a video or if he means me shooting people in game that have combat logged. No idea, but who cares? Now he says combat logging is allowed and I can quit my complaining about it, but he has to demonstrate to me that it's allowed, because it certainly isn't. Here is a article from PC Gamer, and you will notice that they refer to it as an exploit. Now, if you didn't know, use of exploits is against terms of service for both the game and the console. In fact, it's against terms of service for both Xbox and PlayStation and PC. You know, if you're playing the game, stick to the rules. It's that simple. And if you don't believe about Xbox terms of service, here's a screenshot from that. You've noticed cheating, tampering and use of exploits is never acceptable in the Xbox community. Like, never. They're very clear on that. And in fact, MMOs across the board, it's really simple. Like, go to Google and type this in. You don't even have to say Elite Dangerous. Just say, is combat logging allowed? That's all you have to say. Before Gavin returned to have some proper 1v1s, he did do his usual and fly around in a Mamba with us chasing him for a long time. And Ash got annoyed and sent him a message saying fight or jump. But as you can see, this is what you get as a response to is combat logging allowed. Combat logging is not acceptable in any multiplayer game, and as it says there, developers and moderators consider it unsportsmanlike action taken to avoid losing a fight, ship or other in-game assets. And it's exactly the same in Elite Dangerous. Don't combat log or you'll get a stigma. It's not a good thing to be known as. People don't like cheats in MMOs. What can I say? That's all. Thanks for watching.
Everything's better with pirates.